surrounded by ticking clocks. That's what I saw when I felt the energy behind your cards, Pisces. And the other thing I picked up was a crocodile. So there's definitely a sense of like a ticking time bomb, some sort of dangerous situation that you might be in, that you might be part of, that is like a metaphorical ticking time bomb. And this could just be your perception. It may not even be really happening, and that's what we're going to find out. Now, the card that's on the board, we have the 9 of Wands, which is you doing your best. I mean, it's not like you set the bomb. You're literally trying to work with the bomb in the building, and you know it's there. So this could be maybe like, let's say, for example, you work for a business that is itself a ticking time bomb, like it's not sustainable, or maybe it's like being targeted by the Trump administration. Something about it is like a ticking time bomb, like it's a sinking ship. But you're just trying to do your own thing, but there's a sense of looming danger. Let's pull more cards, find out more information, and then we're gonna figure out if this is real or just your perception, and we're gonna get advice. Next couple cards. So this is still talking about what's going on. And really, it's talking about how you're handling the situation. So we've got the Strength card, which is, it's you trying to do your best. It's you doing as much as you can, but not overreacting to the situation, not, just, not hightailing it, out of there, because eventually something bad's gonna happen. You're like, no, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do my job. And when something bad happens, then maybe I'll deal with it when that happens. So 2 of Cups is your commitment. You're also committed to your job. You're committed to the ticking time bomb situation. You're still committed to it no matter what, no matter if it is a ticking time bomb. On the bottom though, we have the Devil. So the Devil is that crocodile energy I was picking up on. It's the looming danger, which, like I said, it might be real. It might be a real danger. Let's take a look. We've got the Devil. Oh, 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords is the lie. So the fact that the 7 of Swords, being the lie, the deception, the self-sabotage, is right next to the Devil, that's a good sign, because that actually leads me to believe that this is a perception. This is a misperception, if that's a word. It's your misperception of the situation, and maybe it's not a ticking time bomb. Maybe there is no crocodile. It's just the water that makes it look like that. It's like a log a metaphorical log in the water. Okay? And then underneath that we have Temperance, which is you taking it, again, not overreacting. And I think now we're just getting into the advice of the situation, which is if you don't overreact, the situation's actually going to be fine. Let's pull oracle cards before we pull advice and see if we can dig a little bit deeper. Now, I did actually see one last thing, but it was so brief that I didn't mention it. I saw a bike chain with like a lock, and to me that's just part of the booking it. It's like, do I take my bike and do I pedal my bike out of here now, or because I sense danger, or do I wait? And you guys are waiting because, like I said, you're committed to your situation, person, whatever, and that's the right call. Let's see what else we got. Anything else here for Pisces? Anything else here? What's going on with my Pisces? Oh, okay. We got 2 cards. The Ear and Sagittarius. Like, you're just waiting to see what happens. Waiting to see what happens. Sagittarius is the future. It's kind of like where the arrow's gonna land, right? And then the Ear is actually just, you're like waiting to receive that information, to hear about. You're waiting to hear about when something happens. So, like I said, you're not doing anything preemptively. You're not taking action before the crocodile comes out of the water, which would be hasty. It would be hasty, but you're not doing that. On the bottom, we have Aquarius. So yeah, the situation, it's like there's a reason why you guys think there's danger. Because it's like the waters are murky. The waters are murky with Aquarius here, or not even murky. There's something odd about the waters, the metaphorical waters of your situation, this person, circumstance. Like I said in the previous example, if it's your company, there's something off about it that leads you to believe it's going to shit, essentially. But I don't think it is. I mean, it's like the evidence is real, Virgo, that suggests it's going to shit, but it's not really going to shit. So let's pull advice and figure out what is going to happen, what you should do, so that you come out on top, etc. Any advice here for Pisces, how they should be handling the clocks? Because again, there is a sense like, do I act now, right? There's a sense of something happening sometime, and again, it's like the ticking clocks. It's like, oh God, wait, is it now? Is it now? Is it now? Let's see what else. So advice, we've got 4 of Pentacles, we've got 5 of Pentacles. So stick to your guns, even stick to where you are, stick to what you got, stick to your guns, 4 of Pentacles. Even if, like I said, something feels off, 5 of Pentacles. Something might feel off or look off, but stay there. Don't move, don't do anything. Let's see what else we have. The World card. There's an opportunity here to, like, let's say if it's your job, yeah, look for another job. The World card would be finding, job elsewhere. But the advice here is don't do that. The advice is stay where you are. Let's pull a couple more cards. 4 of Cups, 2 of Wands, and the 10 of Pentacles. It's ultimately your choice. If you want the most money, if you want the most success, if you want the most long-term success, 10 of Pentacles, then you really should choose to stay where you are and not jump the gun on anything. Like, let's say this is really just a matter of, like, you don't like the political landscape in your state, and you're like, I'm moving out of state. I know a couple people like that, who feel targeted because they're part of a demographic that's currently being targeted. And this is saying, don't do anything hasty, stay where you are, even if it feels shitty, even if it feels like you are being targeted, you are the outcast. Don't do anything. All right, let's see, any last advice here for my Pisces? Yeah, I definitely know some trans people who are feeling targeted, and I think it is also hasty to make some drastic decisions to move somewhere or whatever, so hold off. Continuing advice here, we've got the Hand. Okay, I need more than the Hand here. The Hand and the Mask. Hand and the Mask. Wow. It's interesting because the Mask and the sword here is what you're gonna see, what's gonna be shown to you, and it's almost like it's not just gonna be shown to you, it's gonna be thrown in your face. So whatever happens, you can't miss it. You're not gonna be able to miss whatever happens, and unless you leave. So stick around with the Wall, because it's almost like the last man standing gets the prize, right? If you don't bail, you look the best. That's what the Mask with it's like if you don't bail, you look the best, and they tap on your shoulder, you're like, hey, you stuck around, you want that promotion? And then you end up pretty much on top. It works to your benefit. That's why. That's pretty clear, and that's actually pretty cool. Well, I wish you guys luck with that. I think I'm going to close out the reading there. Pisces, I hope you get that promotion or whatever it is. If you stick around, if you choose to follow the advice of the cards, it's all, again, it comes down to your choice. And maybe you make a different choice and maybe the timeline shifts in your favor anyway. So the cards are just, they're not like, the end all be all advice. You are like a co-creator. Just that last little bit at the end I wanted to throw in. With that, Pisces, I'll see you guys next time.